Have you ever wondered if God's grace could truly be boundless, extending to everyone no matter their path? Through parables, Jesus reveals the nature of God's grace, a gift that reaches beyond limits. The parable of the lost coin. In Luke chapter 15, verse 8 through 10, Jesus tells of a woman who loses a coin and searches her house until she finds it. When she does, she calls her friends to celebrate. In the same way, God rejoices over each of us who return to Him, showing His grace extends to the smallest, most personal parts of our lives. In the next parable, Jesus shows us that grace is for the humble, those who recognize their need for God's mercy. In Luke chapter 18, verse 9 through 14, a Pharisee and a tax collector go to the temple to pray. While the Pharisee boasts about his good deeds, the tax collector humbly asks for mercy. God sees the heart that comes to Him with sincerity, granting grace to those who seek Him humbly. Next, Jesus shares how God's grace is inclusive, reaching out to everyone, especially those who may feel unworthy or overlooked. In Luke chapter 14, verse 15 through 24, Jesus tells of a man who hosts a banquet, but his invited guests make excuses and don't come. So he invites the poor, the blind, and the lame, filling his table with unexpected guests. Jesus shows us that God's grace is open to all, reaching out to those society might overlook. Lastly, Jesus teaches us that grace is patient and allows time for growth and transformation. In Luke chapter 13, verse 6 through 9, a vineyard owner finds a fig tree that bears no fruit and orders it to be cut down. But the gardener pleads, give it one more year, showing patience and hope for growth. This reminds us that God's grace gives us time to change and grow, even when we fall short. These parables reveal God's grace is generous, humble, extending to everyone, and patient. We're invited to receive it and share it with others, knowing His love is always there. If these messages of grace speak to your heart, consider subscribing for more teachings on God's love.